Namaste, everybody. Welcome to your yoga session today. So, as always, we will begin on our back by steadying the body, by steadying the mind. Rest on the floor, open your legs, open your arms, and settle on the back. Let the feet turn to each side. And let your arms gaze up to the ceiling, your palms open. And take a moment here to check in with yourself at this time of the day. How you feel, how the breath feels, the muscles, the bones, just a general scanning of where we are. And if there's any intention that you want to set before we begin, whether that's a sense of release in a particular area, or a sense of peace in the mind, whatever your intention is when you practice yoga, you can state that to yourself inside. And at the end of this time, you can check with your intention to see how it went. Letting your breath slow down. And as the breath slows down, the mind slows down naturally. And from this space, we begin moving our feet and our hands in a circular motion. This is a great way to begin to open our joints, to check in with the state of our joints. A circle in the wrists, a circle in the ankles. Also getting in touch with the back of the legs as we make the circle. I've changed my circle now to the second side. Feel free to do the same. And from here, give yourself a gentle, natural stretch. Reach the arms back. Feet are together. Point your toes forward and reach the palm of the hand forward. So there's an opposition happening here. Breathe into the ribs, to the back of the shoulder blades, and perhaps press the shoulder blades wide open on the mat. And exhale, release this effort. Bend your knees. Take your right leg up all the way to the ceiling as the lower back is grounded. Looking at the feet for a moment, open the toes, take your hands behind the leg, and give yourself self-care. A sense of checking in, which muscles need a bit more opening perhaps today. And from here, let your leg come back down, second side, reaching, pointing the toes up, even spreading the toes. And again, straight leg or not, it is your choice. We can self-massage whatever feels tense, whatever feels stiff. And from here, extend your second leg up. Take your hands behind the leg. Open up the toes. Shoulder blades are grounding. And we can separate the legs a little in the air and move them the way they need. There's no rule really, just whatever they want to do. That will give a little stretch, a little movement. Finding out the corners that are resisting always, and softly inviting them to the movement. And from here, inhale, extend your legs straight. Exhale, bend your knees into the chest. From this point, open your arms on the floor, palms facing down, shoulders are down. Inhale here. Exhalation, dropping both knees to the right. Inhale, center. Dropping both knees to the left. Inhale, center. Going around to the right again. And you may remember this from our Sunday class. We're going to go into a continuous twisting motion, beginning with the top leg on whichever side you're at. Your top leg will extend, perhaps touch the toe with your fingers. Sometimes the leg is down here, it doesn't matter. You're still twisting your spine. And from here, can we just slide this foot down and take it to the other side? So the top leg is leading the way. And a few times we do this to bring some movement to the lower body. And the breathing pattern can be to inhale out, to exhale second side, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And let's do one last round. Inhale, exhale, and last one. Coming back to the center. And from this point, why not opening the hips as well, beginning the soles of the feet together. Definitely feeling the inner thighs as I lie down here. Letting the pelvis be relaxed, engaging the foot towards each other through the heels pressing so the inner legs can feel a gentle opening. One more breath here. And we release the breath back down. Let's bring the knees together and roll to whichever side you need. Come up to the seated so we can begin our practice. Okay. So a few times we will move the spine, and let's begin on the floor. We will also do a standing version of this. Taking the hands under the shoulder and grabbing the mat through our 10 open fingers, bending the elbows slightly. Head is just looking down at the mat. Inhale, dive the head, and come up all the way, extending your neck up. Exhalation, lift through the upper back, the ribs pull in, and the head is all the way down again. Inhale, bend the elbows, touch. Exhalation away. A couple of times like this, bending the elbows, inhale, dive, breathe into the spine. Exhalation out. And the last one, dive in, inhale out. Exhalation, lifting from the back body, the shoulder blades, the neck, the top of the shoulders, and gently release. Good. Doing a similar movement again for the spine, but with our hips going back. So if we keep the feet active, reach the hips back, inhale. From here to the front, I'm going to use my front body to contract in towards the back muscles and roll forward. Inhale, exhale, 3, exhale. We really want to feel the lifting of the back muscles to the ceiling as we exhale. 4, exhale. Last one, 5. Exhalation, release. Let's do one more movement for the spine on the floor. As always, we make circles with our hips and ribs. So I go to the right with my lower body and stretch my lower back around the back. Lift from the front, the left side. So making this a continuous movement. And 4. Last one, 5. Notice there's no rule. We're just trying to access corners that we haven't before. Same on the left side. Go to the left. A big round circle. Pick up from the side. Lift. And 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. One last time. 4. Exhale. Good. And as we open the knees now, let's give a seat onto the hips, onto the heels of the feet. Lifting our shoulders, inhaling. As we exhale, reach through the chin so your hips are grounded, your feet are grounded. Arms can choose to be wherever they need. Forehead pressing. In fact, let's use the arms as well. Extend your fingers and play the piano with the tip of the fingers. So you will lift the armpits off the floor and engaging the fingers with baby steps with each inhalation forward. Let's do one more. Taking our hands back in, lifting from the core muscles, releasing the effort. As we sit here, why not move to the corners of the knees with our shoulders as well. So I can dip, let's say, the right shoulder as left as I can. And as I do that, my right side is stretching. I extend my chin forward for the front, come back, roll in through the front body. Inhale long. Exhale, pull back. Exhalation is always a contraction force. Inhale forward and around. Exhale, come back in and release. Same on the second side. Left shoulder dips to the right as best, as far as it can. Reaching forward, also feeling the hips are still wide open. And 2. Extending but not moving the connection from the floor through the feet and the hips. So just press them strong. 3. Exhalation, come back down. Very good. And from here, a few times we can warm up the feet. As my hands under my shoulder, pressing on the balls of my foot, opening my legs wide. I'm going to inhale up, roll towards the heels if that feels okay. If not, maybe you come this far, it is also fine. Rolling forward, inhale. Going back, exhale. Coming back in and extending our hands forward for downward facing dog. Always reaching through the hips to the ceiling instead of just lifting. Just keep that hip up. And that's our intention here, to always keep the hips towards the ceiling. Neutral neck towards the floor and pushing the floor deeply away from the floor so I can feel the lengthening of my arms. And maybe the heels need a bit of practice here. We can bend one leg and change the other. So a few times I'm stepping. Even if the heels don't touch, it doesn't matter. So just move the foot. And maybe bringing some strength to this position if I take one arm, but not moving to the right so much. Stay in the center. Take the left arm to the right shin and maybe open. And place the left arm. Take the right arm to the left shin. Twist open so your neck is gazing under the armpit. 1. And come back to the front again. From here, let's lunge our right leg between the hands. Just as a way to open the chest, look up. Exhale, step the right leg back. Same on the other left side. Open the chest. Exhale, take it back. Let's walk both feet towards the hands. And as we reach, inhale up. Exhale, either bend the knees or not. This is your choice, of course. Just relax the head. Some movement in the neck can be quite releasing. Also let your jaws, your facial muscles dangle. Good. And even to open the legs a little wider, I can bend one and switch, switch. Really lifting on the balls of the foot to bring some strength to the feet. And from here, rolling up slowly. And I find myself straight up on the mat. Okay. So I mentioned that we would do some standing spinal movements as well. So the idea would be to symbolize the opening of the front body as I lift and extend my arms open. As I exhale, I'm going to hug myself. Inhale, lift your chest up, your neck, offer your chest to the ceiling. Exhale, close the chest, hug yourself. You can even bend the knees here. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knees. You should feel your middle back as you curl in. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees and feel the curving of your middle back. Good. Interlace your arms. Once again, stay here, whether with bent knees or straight. You're swinging from right to right to left, left to right. Good. And once again, inhale, roll up. Exhalation, release. Good. Let's do a couple of sun salutations with some variations and then move on. So, let's open the feet. Energize the front thighs, spread them open so you feel the opening. Belly is in line with the pelvis, spine is right above the hips. Inhale, reach. Extend through the fingertips. Exhale, bring the arms back on the side. Again, inhale, arms up. Bring the hands together if that's not too tight. Exhale. Last one. 3, inhale. Exhalation, let's come forward long and towards the legs. Bent knees or not, your choice. Bring your hands onto the shin, inhale, curve from the belly, lifting the chest. Exhalation, let's find our first plank position. Take the hands under the shoulder, press them deep. Reach one leg, reach the other leg. One breath in. Exhalation, put your knees on the floor. Take the hands under the shoulder once again. So we can do some push-ups here. Let's do bending the knees, so my feet are off the floor. Find the right position for this inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, reach your chest forward. Inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, bend down. And from here, release the legs to the floor. Hands are under the shoulders, pressing the front body to the floor, lifting from the chest. Exhale down. And 2. Exhale. And 3. Exhale. Let's lift up from here, bent knees. Inhale, push. Exhalation, open your knees, sit back in child pose. So, instead of doing the same sun salutations every time, why not use this motion with the push-up and down to the cobra, back up to child pose a few times. So, take the hands under, bend the knees. Inhale here, exhale, press. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child pose. Let's do it again. 1, exhale, cobra, inhale, exhale, child pose. Notice my knees are widening open as I come into the child so that I can open my hips. One last time. Inhale up, exhale, press. Inhale, cobra, exhale, child pose. Good. From here, take both hands to the right. Feel the stretch on the left. Press the forehead down. Lift up, inhale. Exhale to the left. Let's do one more push-up before we lift up to downward facing dog. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lifting. Exhale, look at the right foot. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, look at the left foot. Inhale, forward. Bend the knees on the floor, push the hips up. So we come in to downward facing dog once again. 3 breaths here. 1. And 2. Last one, 3. And from this point, look forward. Step your right leg by the right hand. Working with the hips for a moment. So usually we would come into a lunge with my elbows on the floor. You can be here, perhaps that's what you need to begin with. Otherwise, you could keep the back foot active. Turn the inner edge of the foot open on the right side. So the sides of the foot opens. Take the hand wider, inhale. Exhale, press that knee a little more towards the mat. Doesn't have to stay there for a long time. I'm just going down and up. Going down and up. One last time. Going down and up. And from here, stretch that leg. Give it a moment. Same on the left side. Left foot presses. Again, your first point of opening could be the elbows down. Or perhaps taking it wider. Inner edge of the left foot opens. We inhale. We exhale, press. And 2. Exhale. And 3. Exhale. Come back in and press it back downward facing dog. Stretch that leg. Let's come into a lunge now. Press that right foot in between the hands. Inhale. Find your balance up. Arms up. Inhale. Exhalation. Arms come down. Knee comes down a little more towards the front. Feeling the back hip. Inhale. 2. Exhale down. So I really want my pelvis as close to the floor from here. Up with the pelvis, inhale. Think of the left hip, right knee, reaching you forward. Back up. And from here, switch to the left side. Inhale up. Exhale down. And 2. Exhale. My right side and my left knee is forcing me forward. 3. Exhale. Lifting back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's now work with the hip a little deeper by now. Taking my left foot parallel to the front. As I take my back leg further back, I'm thinking of my right side rolling forward. Okay? So sometimes this position is not comfortable at all. So you could totally support that front side with a little book. So you're sitting on it. You're not as close to the floor, but it doesn't matter. Or you don't need it. The position is in the front leg. This is when the front leg is opening, or the hip is opening. So from this parallel movement, come down a couple of breaths. 1. Go down all the way if you want. 2. Very easy breath. Last one. 4. And I take myself up. Take that leg back to downward facing dog so it can rest for a moment. Reach it back. Exhale. Shake the neck a little. And the second side, right side. Again, I want my left hip to be turned to the front. Inhale up. Exhale down. Obviously, one hip will always struggle this position more than the other. It's okay. What really determines the position is the ease of breath in that position. As long as we have that, we are all right. Last breath. 4. Exhale. And from here, come up. Inhale, reach that leg up. Exhalation, release. Good. Walk your feet towards the front. Open your chest forward, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Let the eyes, the facial muscles soften here. And from here, as you lift up, let's do a gentle twist here. So I'm going to take my left foot over the right foot. So as I come down now, whether with bent knees or not, maybe you want to keep it bent if there's a lot of stiffness. The idea is already I'm stretching the back leg. And if I go more to the left, I'm stretching the outside of the the right leg. Come forward, go to the other. This is also some stretch I can feel. Come back to the front. Let's change it. Lift up. Take the right over the left. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Taking both hands to the left. Yes, there are some stretch, but the real one is on the right side. So is the opposite side. Drop your head. One last breath. Coming back forward, inhale up. Find your balance. Step the foot out to the side. Good. Shake the legs for a moment. And we're going to, let's do a standing position. So always good to do a warrior position. If we take the right foot out to the right, standing tall on our spine, engaging the legs. Inhale, open your arms. Exhalation, bend into the right side. So I'm bending. The thing is, usually we can bend on the knee enough, but perhaps the back hip doesn't want to go down as much. So if you are a little more used to this by now, you can try to lower both towards the floor. Exhale out. Open the arms, inhale. Exhale out and bring your right arm onto the right knee. Stay here. Just maybe encouraging a little more fall. Inhale up. Exhalation. Let's try the left. Drop. Right hip doesn't want to go down as much, so we work with that. Can we really engage that hip and the leg to descend? One more breath. Inhale back up. Exhalation. You can walk your feet back to the floor. Let's do a forward bend here for the legs. Open. And you're going to bring the hands to the waist. Inhale. Exhale, come down. So the upper body is bending here, but it's really through the feet and the legs that do the work. Drop the head. Shoulders are moving away. Relax the face. A couple of breaths here. Shaking your head can give you a sense of release. Maybe I walk both hands to the right and I twist through the right shoulder. I come down, go to the left, twist through the left shoulder. Feeling the sides of my legs as well as I twist. Come back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhalation, walk your feet all the way in. Good. So we've opened the hips, we worked with the legs a little. Perhaps it feels good enough now to use something under our fingers for balance and come into the hip as we stand on one leg. So hip stretch as well as standing balance. I'm going to begin with right foot down and lift my left foot. Cross my left ankle onto my right knee. Standing leg wants to be as straight as possible. Bending, not as good. Straighten. Inhale. Exhalation, I'm going to keep that foot active and I sit. So I've got this thing here for me to be holding on. Maybe I don't need it vertical, I can go sideways. Maybe I don't need it, I can just drop the head here. A couple of breaths. 1. You really feel the left side now. 2. And last one, 3. Let's lift up to the balance. Inhale. Exhalation. Release the leg. Shake the feet. I can do the same on the second side. My support is in front of me. Right foot active. Crosses. Opening the hip out to the side. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, sit. Of course, one side of your hip, right or left, will be a bit less likely to want to stretch. So one side is always a bit stiffer. Take it away if you want. 1. Standing leg can be straight, but I would say bend it. It gives a bit more stretch to the right. Last breath. 3. Lift up, inhale. Exhalation, release the stretch. Let's sit down on the floor. Maybe do something here as well. So what we did just standing up, we could do seated as well. The same idea for the hips. If I show it from the side, I could begin with left foot, lifting myself, left foot crossing my right knee. Here I am. We did exactly the same as we stood up. Now, this is enough stretch for some, but we always want a straighter spine, don't we? So at the moment, my spine is going back. How can I take it a bit more vertical? Obviously, this coming into the self, to the front, will mean a bit deeper stretch. But if it feels right, you're okay. And if that was too much forward, take it back. So always you decide, your body decides actually, how you want it. 2. Last one, 3. As I leave the position, I lift, take my leg out, and descend all the way down. Same on the other side. If you need a bit of a moment here, do so. Let's do the second side. Press on the left foot, lift, open the hip, come in. So, again, I feel like I want to come a bit more forward, but you don't ever need to do the same. 2. Last breath, 3. Let's lift up, inhale, exhale, release. Good. So it turns out today was more about the hips and the legs. We can do a similar position again for the hip. So hips are always the most stubborn part, isn't it? So we want to stretch them a bit. Let's take the left foot out. Left foot into the hip. My heel is under my hip. Left side. Right foot is kind of semi-active. Lifting my left foot with the cup of my hands forward. So, there's many ways the hips can move towards. It can be out. It can be forward. It can be back. So perhaps we can explore the back motion of the hips a few times, because we don't always do this in our daily lives, I guess, but that motion is also as important as the wideness of the hips from the back. So you can see my knees are way behind my ribs, right? From here, I can bring this hip forward. So back, forward, back and forward. Stay with the forward. Take one arm under. Take, let's say, the right arm over the foot. And stay here. My right leg is not really doing anything. I'm focusing on the left. And initially this front shin wants to be far away, doesn't it? Maybe you are here, maybe you are close, but our intention is to hug that knee into ourselves. And if there is any enthusiasm in the hip to take that foot a little more up, so you can go a little right and left. So lifting this foot is important. Are we able to have that freedom in the foot to lift up towards the head, rather than head towards the foot, foot towards the head? Good. Exhalation. Actually, one more movement. Take your hand under the leg into a namaste. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up. Exhale, come forward. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up. Exhale, relax the leg. Back down. Good. So should we encourage the same on the right hip? And always notice the difference of sensations between both sides. Taking both hands under. Lifting. Extending. Taking it back. My knees behind my ribs. Forward. Back. Forward. Last one. Back to the side. Now take my right arm under. So just exploring the difference between the first side and the second side. So I'm doing this sideway movement to stretch the femur a bit more. Again, I take maybe the foot wants to come. Head is here in the center, the foot reaches. Exhale, take the hands under, inhale. Exhale, forward. 2. Exhale, last one. 3. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhalation, extend the leg, back out. I guess that's enough work for the hips today. So we can do a nice, easy forward bend towards our legs. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Stay here for a couple of breaths. You can relax the hands on the side, hold on the big toes or on the side of the foot. 2. 3. And 4. One more breath, 5. Come out, inhale. Exhalation. The legs have stretched, I guess. Taking our hands back, bending, dropping a few times to a twist. So that we can get a bit of movement in the spine. And taking our hands back, we're going to bend our knees, separate the feet hip distance apart. So a few times I'm going to lift my hip up and down the floor. We don't need to stay there, just a few times up. So push from the front hip, let the head fall back. Exhale. And 2. Exhale. And 3. Exhale. Good. And release the effort back down. Let's do a twist as well. We're going to extend the leg. Right foot comes under my hip. I lift my left arm up. I exhale, bend my elbow to the corner of my right knee, keeping my weight to the front, not leaning back too much. Just put your hand back, your right hand back, but do not lean too much. Inhale, exhale, twist. 1. and 2. Last one, 3. Come back forward. Exhalation, release. Left side. Right arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow to the corner of the left knee is enough. Take the left arm back. Stay at the front with your weight. Inhale. Twist from where you are. 1, 2. Breathe into the belly so you can do some detoxification through the twist in the stomach organs. 3. Come back forward. Exhalation. Release the effort. Good. Let's lie down on our back now. And make sure the legs are okay to lift up straighter perhaps. So 2 legs are on the floor. We're going to reach the right leg up and down. 2. You can flex your heel to the ceiling as the foot lifts up. Exhale. Last one, 3. Take the hand behind and try to pull that leg a little towards the ribs, towards the chest. Relax the foot. Maybe roll. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Bend your right knee into the chest. Right arm opens. Inhale. Exhale. Drop to the left. A couple of breaths here as you ground the shoulder down. Release some tension with this twist. Let your facial muscles be soft, a sense of ease. Come back in, exhale, release the leg. Same on the second side. Left leg reaches 1, 2, and 3. Exhale down. Second time, inhale up. Maybe pull a little towards the ribs. Exhale down. Last one, 3. Move the foot if it needs to. Just to see if it feels open by now. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest, down to the ribs. Left arm opens, palm facing down, inhale. Exhale, drop to the right. Soft fingers on the left side, no tension on the left arm. Left shoulder as grounded as possible. And come back into the center. Extend the leg straight on the mat. Both legs up, inhale. And both knees down, exhale. Open both arms, inhale. Drop to the right, exhale. Just like in the beginning, extend your top leg towards the fingertips. Even if the foot is far away from the hand, doesn't matter. You still have the twist. And roll and slide this foot down, exhale. Top leg off the other leg. So a few times get into the motion. It's just how the mobility is on each side. Check in. Stretch is happening, but it's also about the mobility of our hips, mobility of the spine to each side. Good. Last one. Exhale, come back down. Stretch your legs straight for a moment. Take a moment to feel the result of what you did. Soft fingers towards the palms. And we will finish this session today with the bridge position. If you take the feet outside the hips, slightly wider than the hips. And we can use the sides of the mat as a support. Shoulders are grounded, back of the neck is also on the mat pressing. Shoulders are pressing. Inhaling, lifting our hips up, our pelvis up as high as we can. Exhale, drop down. Let's do this 5 times. And each time the front hip engages a bit more. We feel the pelvic, the hip muscles, the inner legs encouraging a little more. 4. Exhale. Last one, we lift up and stay. And from here, in order to stay here, take our attention from the position a bit. Just relax the arms on the side and move the arms under the body so that we are distracted from the position, but also bringing some movement to the upper body. Keep lifting the front hip to the point you can't see your knees anymore. So your chest is right in front of your vision. Let's do one last breath. Open the arms. Exhale, come down. And rest your lower back. Bend your knees into the chest. Go right and left. And you can simply enjoy now the relaxation part. The legs are reaching out as we begin. And take a deep exhalation here. A couple of times you can breathe out from the mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do once more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Turn your chin all the way to the right shoulder. Come back in. All the way to the left. And sometimes we need a second round of this just to ensure neck is not tensing up. And to the left. Come back in. So this will be the end of our session today. Please rest in silence, in complete allowing mood, doing nothing, letting a part of you stay awake to observe the sensations as a result of what we did. You can continue lying down for at least 10 minutes. I would recommend for everything to settle back again. And if you fall into a little sleep or a short nap, that's also okay. I hope you enjoyed the session today and have a good day, have a good week. See you soon again. Namaste.